Hey up. Hey up. Hey up.
Hello, welcome to Truly Unplugged. My name is Daniel. Now, in a world which often feels like technology is just evolving 24/7, we're here to strip away from all that jargon and have some human conversations around how businesses can use AI tech to make their working lives much easier. I'm delighted to say we have our first podcast guest, Amanda Bayliss from Hello People, who's joined us from the Midlands region. Amanda, how are you doing? I think this is the first time you've actually visited our office, isn't it? Even though you live just down the road.
It is first time. Beautiful. Love it. Very nice, very vibrant, just what I like.
And you're local to here, aren't you?
So we're in Ilkeston, so 20 minutes away, just down the road really.
Yeah. So, I mean, Hello People, that is such a great name, by the way.
Oh,
How did you come up with it? And tell us a bit about what you do as well.
So I'd love to take all the credit for my name, but I have to take my brother into this and give him the credit. So credit where credit's due. We're a very close family. So I've got my brother, my sister, and there's me, so three of us. And out of them, we've got my brother and I, we have two sets of children each. I have a boy and a girl, and he has a boy and a girl. And their initials spell out the word hello.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So very unique, but it's very meaningful.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional. We sat, I can remember it well, we sat around a dining table at my brother's house, and he said, you know what? Rodney came out of the uniforms and officers.
Yeah.
This time next year we're millionaires. I've got a great name that we could use. And he spelled it out, spelled the word hello.
So, because it's funny. I mean, even I sometimes with my, music careers and projects, I'm like, what should I call myself? And it's fun now. You can use sort of AI to do this stuff, like, I'll put my name in like this. But this was prior to using technology.
Yeah. So like the business,
sounds like a game of Scrabble, in the family dining room.
Brilliant. We had cups of teas, sat around the dining table, and it was just the most surreal moment. And so I became Hello People. My brother's got his Hello business, and my sister's also got her and Hello.
So is there like the Hello group then?
Well, it could be. You never know. Watch this space, guys. Yeah. So my sister-in-law's also got a beauty arm to Hello Beauty.
Wow.
So we're expanding.
So you are from a family of quite entrepreneurial family then, really?
Yeah, I'd say, well, probably not, to be fair. My dad was probably more the salesman. He was very business orientated, works at Rolls-Royce, engineering background. My mum, not so, sort of a typical housewife in a nice pot away, worked in retail catering. So I think because we didn't really have much, it's going a bit deep now, but didn't have much growing up, there was just the three of us in terms of siblings. And my mum and dad split up when I was younger, they divorced. So it was a case of, right, well, let's work hard to get what we need to achieve. And don't look back, I suppose.
Did you, in terms of education, you as siblings, did you go university or that route, or was it very much?
It was very working class.
Wow.
Always have been.
Amazing.
None of the siblings went into university, college, and then just went straight into the world of work. So the three of us, if I can share, it's quite a unique story. The name, obviously, Hello People, and Hello in terms of business group. Me being the HR, so employment law. My sister's in finance, so she can do the finance side, and my brother's in sales. Right. So between three of us, we could go out there and set up a business just with three of us.
That is amazing. So, that's well, firstly, it's not often you have siblings who all still get on.
Yeah. That is true.
For you all to be kind of doing your own business, and I guess has that helped as well then, sort of individually growing these businesses, knowing that you've got the support of each other,
definitely.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. So I have to say I'm the youngest out of the three, just throw it in.
Yeah.
So with my sisters being the oldest, Louise, so she's the I suppose she's more the compliance side when it comes to finances, and yeah, we would go to her in terms of what happened, what we do, but all of us, we bounce off one another, which is nice. It's helpful just to have somebody you can turn to and go, you know what, I need to moan, I need to rant, how do I do this? It's quite nice. At the top, I suppose.
Well, and I guess also learning, setting up the business, whatever business that is tough, right? And especially if you've not necessarily had you've gone through the education route, right? And, done a degree in business or whatever. What's that been like for you then? Was that kind of just learning as you go and then sharing that with your siblings, or? Yeah,
pretty much. My I suppose my why, if we go the sort of the why route, has always been HR. And actually it was very much to do with kids, growing up, watching my mum work. I wanted to spend some time with the children, but also do something that I was really passionate about. So, and that was always HR, always people, always business, I suppose, because HR and business are linked very closely. Very cliche, but I know I wanted to make that difference and go, you know what, I'm fed up of working at corporate world. I've been there, done that, wore the t-shirt. I've been working since I was 14. Won't tell you my age. So it's been a long graft. And I thought there's businesses out there who can't afford good, professional, commercially sound HR. And for me, that was really important because it was the smaller companies, your entrepreneurial side of businesses that having advice that are not supporting the business, and it didn't fit right with me. And I've always been passionate about that. So I left the corporate world and decided to take on the risk myself. And actually, in the nice way, when I've got something set in my mind that I know I can do it, you're driven by that passion to succeed. That's what drove me forward, as well as the kids. I wanted to have the flexibility to be there with them as a working mum, and supporting them. Really.
Well, it's amazing story already, and I think it's really interesting HR, isn't it? Because it's not the sort of sexiest part of business that people talk about, right? But I think that's really interesting. This idea of having a business that other companies then use as like a third party, right? Because sometimes internal HR is always a challenge.
It is.
Do you find that there's a strong appetite for, in the same way, maybe we'll talk about, I'm sure we will, about the relationship we have with you when it comes to providing IT support. Are you seeing an appetite now for businesses wanting to have that kind of third party come in, because it, I'm going to say, like, takes away from the emotional politics of internal, but
definitely, definitely, and we've seen. I've seen over the 10 years, not only I suppose a change in the model of HR, that HR is becoming more and more outsourced, because I think businesses want the flexibility when it comes to not only managing their people, but also managing the commerciality of business. And no disrespect to HR professionals out there, and it is very challenging for HR professionals in business. Sometimes we miss why we're doing it, but more importantly, the commercial side of actually it's hard. It's hard running a business, it's hard managing people, but also the economy is absolutely on its knees, or can be on its knees in certain points. For me, the challenge that I suppose internally against externally is sometimes, they don't have that flexibility. They don't have that, I suppose, the emotional detachedness, if that was the word, just to go, actually, we can get it done. We can get it done commercially. We know what we're working on. We're very grey. It's not just black and white. I always say you need about 5 hats when it comes to HR, and sometimes there's empathy, sometimes there's practicalities, there's employment law, but also it's about getting the job done, and getting it done quickly, because the fact that the economy is on its knees and business needs to move quickly. I love the variety, I think, and because the expertise that we have within Hello People, but also what our consultancy brings. It's the variety of industries, it's the expertise when it comes, or actually I know a client who does something very different, very similar actually. I'll put you two together. It's all about sharing best practice. Sometimes internal HR miss that.
That's so interesting.
And businesses, I think, need that. They need that best practice approach, what works for them, without being the stopper.
Yeah, no, totally. So interesting. Yeah, so you, we were just talking before, so 10 years now, business.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations. I said, do you have a party or what was going on?
It was very low key.
Lots of cake.
Lots of cake. I've got a small, well, she's not very small, but a cockapoo called Bella. She was there, so it brought us a bit of life and soul back to the party because she's just a lovable teddy bear. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not one to celebrate success externally. I like to do it with small team. Without them, I wouldn't be where we are.
So for our listeners, so you manage a team of, is it 6 of you?
There's 6 of us now, soon to be 7. So we just put an advert out for another person.
Congratulations on the continued growth. So let's look at then how, I guess, those different roles within the business, because you're exactly who Truly SMB loves working with, right? Small, medium-sized business, but clearly, like, probably lots of people with lots of different hats on, right, doing different things. So is the different roles in the business, are they all quite similar? Are there people doing different bits and bobs? What's the...
So the business is very much created on being an extension of that client, so that business. So we've got the director, which is me. We've got the consultant, so a bit like a HRBP manager, and then we have the advisors, and we also had the admin, stroke assistants, and payroll. So it's a one-stop shop because every business needs the expertise in different fields. Not specialised in a particular area, but to go, actually, I know I've got somewhere in a business like Hello People who can do all of it, and keep the costs low, because employing a HR team is very, very costly. So from a return on investment point of view, you've got access to over, 40 odd years worth of experience with the team.
Totally.
So it's an investment just by having that access.
And your customers then, are they, is that like a rolling month by month thing? Is it some sort of short projects? Like how does the work?
It could be. So we do end to end, always have done. We can do projects again end to end, but it can be very much flexible in terms of what the client wants. We have lots of retained clients, so they come on board. Our longest retained client is probably about 8 years now, thinking about it, and we've seen them grow. So they've grown from 24 employees to, I think we've got about 310 now. Oh, wow. So we can grow as the business grows.
Yeah.
And so it's not just retainers, which would be the operational stuff.
Yeah.
On the retained side, they've got the expertise from myself and Gemma from a strategic people planning. Again, so you're not recruiting somebody on a £60,000 salary. You've got expertise on hand. We do pay as you go. So again, all the clients who work with us, been with us for such a long time. So again, I know them inside and out. They've got the phone. We can deal with it. It could be an operational question. It could be onboarding somebody. It could be recruiting somebody. Right way up to, actually, I'm making people redundant. Can you help? Yeah. We have project base within that as well. So redundancy, change management, TUPE, benefit reviews, contractual changes, so consultations. We're doing a lot of relocation at the moment. So there seems to be businesses are downscaling. So you've got redundancy, but then moving them into one location. So not only you've got redundancy aspects, you've also got the relocation issues. Yeah. And we were actually talking about this yesterday, funny enough. We can get it all done, and then actually we become a bit more of the emotional intelligence piece, because it's the afters.
Yeah, interesting.
In business owners will go, you can get it done. Great, we can get it done. But actually, what we're going to do with those people who have gone through all of that, how can we mentor them? How can we support them?
It's the hug.
It is the whole, yeah.
And it's because the journey doesn't stop there, right?
No, that's right.
And good companies recognise, even if there is a difficult moment for whatever reason they have to let go of employees, it's it's making sure they're sent off to find something that's even better for them.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
But with the economy and I guess the pace at which the world is living at the moment, that stuff can go missing.
It can, yeah. And sometimes, again, we was talking about it yesterday as a team, sometimes we as professionals, whether it's internal or external, sometimes have to take a step back and just take a bit of a breath and go, right, how do we feel about this? How can we support them a bit more? And obviously the employees and they can reach out to us. It's not just a business to business mentality. It's also we're there for the people who work within the business.
Is it I thought it can be quite emotionally draining job, and that probably is a sign for creating a strong team within your team, right? Because particularly some of the negative stuff around HR. It's I suppose there has to be an element of curiosity and from my background was journalism, right? I'm never covering all of the nicest stories in the world, but you learn. I guess I was always interested to sometimes meet people at their lowest points.
Yes,
and I mean that. And a weird thing to say, but it allows you to put perspective.
Oh gosh, yeah. And in those moments, we just go to the pub. We go down tours, and there's a local pub around the corner. We have a drink, and we go, right, how are we feeling? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
The horrible side of HR and what we've dealt with. We've had suicides this year. Recently, we had a couple of employees unfortunately passed away due to cancer. That was last year. So it does impact us. We're only human. And it's how we recover from that as individuals, but also then with the HR hat on, how we also support the business. So it's a bit of a two-way street, because I've got to look after my people, and quite rightly, we also need that time to reflect and to process what's just happened, because we speak to these people day in, day out, and when they do unfortunately pass away in this instance, it does affect us. Of course it does. So yeah, we have a giggle, we have a laugh. The world's not grey, it is blue. So let's just make it a bit more brighter, and it's more demanding. I think technology it plays a massive part in that, because you're switched on. The internet, the mobile phones, social media. So we have seen a rise in demand in terms of the quickness and pace that we as professionals have to act. I've also seen emotions are very high as well over the last, probably since COVID. Tensions are high, mental health is high, depression, anxiety. And I do believe a lot of it is to do with social media. I think because you're switched on constantly, that it plays a part in people's mental health. So a massive increase in that.
It's so interesting. I'm so glad before we even talk about the tech stuff, right? Because it allows us to create a picture of, how your life works, how your business works, and particularly an industry that's changing just as much as technology, but in tandem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I always believed, and I suppose maybe to some extent, we have to hope to some degree that actually, potentially technology, one of the amazing benefits is it will create more time for the human stuff. Is that positive outlook? Am I being naive there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I can't thank, I know I'm sat here, but I can't thank Truly enough for that, actually, because I know in the last 2 years I've been going, we need to embrace AI, we need to embrace it as a business, but more importantly as individuals, because without it, if I'm being honest, if you don't move forward, you're dead. And I'm a fond believer of that. What we do is can be extremely time consuming from a HR point of view. The compliance is gone worse. Lots more red tape. Obviously, we've got the Employee Rights Bill coming out. That's going to make it even harder for businesses, which means that even harder from a HR perspective and how we navigate through that compliance. The way I am looking at it from my business is that we have to embrace it from a procedural perspective, what those processes look like, where does that time where's it taken up, and what tools are out there to use which we can make our lives easier. Because doing that, it frees our time up to do the other things in terms of that human touch. Because, and I said today, I went out to see a client. I think as people, we do need a human touch. We need to see people. We need to look in the eye. We need to acknowledge. We need to have a laugh. We talk. Without AI doing all the probably boring stuff, the process bits, helping it, putting timescales in place, report writing in terms of, I call it the Power BI stuff, what I need. I won't have time to meet and greet everybody, and that really makes me sad.
Really great then. I guess Truly came on your radar, was it 3 or 4 months ago now? One of our first customers, but to really embrace the TrulyFIT platform as well, and this idea. So I know you've been working very closely with Matt Kiernan, our Chief Technical Officer.
Yes.
Maybe just tell me a little bit then about what were you kind of going into this partnership looking to achieve, and how has the relationship you've had working with Matt and the stuff you've done already supported what you do?
Well, I first met Steve. So Steve came on Steve Brooks.
Yeah.
I reached out to him. And I just said, look, I just need someone just to sort my life out. And that's how I said it to him. So I've got no idea what I'm doing. I know I need to go into AI. I know I need to embrace it. What does it mean? I don't want key headlines. That was it. So hence the reason why Matt then was introduced to me. And I just said, and he sent me the links to do TrulyFIT, which I thought, to be fair, it was very simple to use. As a not a very tech person, talk quite fast, and I want things done straight away. It was really straightforward, and 2 clicks, 3 clicks, and actually probably took me less than 10 minutes to do, and it was sorted. The report you get from it, I thought, was very insightful, because it just shows me that I am doing something that it's not all crap, but also it showed me the areas that I need to be tighter on, which from a HR perspective, data protection, need to make sure security-wise it's locked down. So that was quite pleasant to go, actually, I know I'm on the right track. So when I'm saying to Matt, just sort it out, tell me what I need to do, I want to do it, I know what I need to do, it just became a bit of relief in the nicest way, that they go, I get it, I know it, this is going to work brilliantly for you, let me show you how. And that was really how I described my interaction with Truly.
No, and you've done a hell of a lot. So I've been told the last 3 or 4 months, and obviously for us, the unique part of our business really is trying to, I suppose, work with small, medium-sized businesses, but not just offer them the solutions, become their coach. Yes. This kind of fitness. And I said to Matt earlier, one thing we've been saying is, sometimes a bit of tough love is needed, and a bit of, have you done this? And what's that been like?
It's been great. And I keep saying to Matt, I'm doing it, please just keep pushing me. He's great. He'll send me an email, he'll send me a WhatsApp, he'll do what he can. And to be fair, the hardest thing, I think, I embrace it throughout, and any business owner, it has to come from the top. So I keep pushing it down to my team, going, we've got to embrace it. It's great. I'm fully passionate on board with it. Let me show you how. And I've explained that to Matt. And Matt his approach is, let's bring them in. Let's get it all done. Get your team together. I'll show them how it works as well. Work with me and I'll work with you. So that's how we've worked. Again, it's an extension of what I do with my clients. The same approach as with Truly and Matt, because it just is there. And the team know him. Like that he's the AI king, because it takes us to the journey, and that's what we want. It's not get it done, move on, and I'm not going to talk to you for 3 or 4 months. It's constantly checking in, which I quite like. When
you're looking at things like AI, these big, quite scary things, you want to be able to trust your team. Yeah. You want to be able to introduce someone who they're like, okay, I understand this person. It's not just and I imagine again the same thing for you. Absolutely. As an HR external, HR working with this.
The biggest fear that from my perspective was confidentiality. because obviously AI, we've got no idea. Well, obviously I do now, but I didn't have any idea of how secure it was. I know there's platforms out there, which I won't name, but platforms out there that aren't. So that's always been my fear. And straight away, Matt sort of squashed that, which I thought was really good. Yeah. But also the biggest challenge that I think any business would have is how they embed it. And it's crucial that you have that team around you, whether it's internally and externally, to have that trust and how you embed something that is life-changing. I think I created a team with Matt's help of who I can bring on board with it. And actually trying to embed it further down the line, I suppose, with other team members. One in particular, the trust was a little bit, it wasn't there, scared. It was scared.
Yeah. Which is okay.
Which is okay, absolutely. And I think it's having that expertise to go, look, let me just walk you through it. Don't need to rush. We just take us time. Use the expertise to ask questions. But don't be scared of it. Give it a go.
It's totally like you said before, like in terms of maybe then a company using your HR expertise, you're paying for all the experience here, as opposed to, because I guess the alternative for you, right? You probably have two alternatives. It's to maybe work with another IT provider with less of a, kind of coach-like ethos, or you kind of do it yourself, right? And could you have imagined that the latter there, and like because you get swamped in.
Absolutely.
But I can tell you're probably someone who probably would be up for the challenge.
And I have been. I have to say, I need to use it. I've got to use it. What do I need to do? I'm just going to do it myself. That didn't work for me because I tried it, and as a business owner, is trying to juggle everything as well as managing clients. There's not enough time in the world. And I'm not an expert in it. Yeah. Just as I wouldn't expect someone to understand employment law if they're not an expert in it. You go to the people who you can trust. You go to the people who've got that expertise on tap. But more importantly, they talk to you like you're human. Yeah. And it keeps it simple.
That's such a key thing. That thing you said at the end. It's the humanity, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And ultimately, even if it is HR, tech, AI, it's really. You only trust the other person.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And in a way, and in, like with these types of businesses, people might have said that more with, I'm hiring a plumber, right? Or I'm hiring but that kind of, well, do I trust, they're going to be all right in my house? Actually, like we're talking about the architecture of your business here.
Absolutely.
It's even more like as important, if not more important.
Absolutely.
That trust thing.
And everything's online. I mean, we've got the cloud. We use SharePoint. We use Teams. So everything is technology based. So I've got to make sure that I 100% trust the system that's been implemented. If I don't trust it, then I'm not going to implement it further down.
For the rest of your team, it's you're able to, present that strategy with. You can't take on the world by yourself.
Absolutely not. No, and again,
no matter who you are.
No, and as I said before, processes and systems and everything's time related and. It becomes clunky. For us, it becomes clunky. Time is the essence. Again, it's so fast paced now. We have to embrace what the new technological world looks like. And we've gone, oh my God, why have I just found this out? I've made it very clear that this is about how we can make our lives easier, so we can do the stuff what we really enjoy and want to do. That's what it's always ever been. Never been anything different. Change. Some people embrace it, some people need to take a bit longer to embrace it, and it's about how you bring them along that journey, whether that's in any walks of life, whether you're moving house, whether you're getting married, whether you're having children. It's how you adapt and how you recover from any change, whether it's good or bad. And I think with AI and also with Matt's help, actually, he's shown us, I'm all for it, but with the team, he's shown the team, look, this is what it can do to make it easier for you. And actually don't spend, Paula, bless her, she'd probably spend half an hour trying to figure out a formula on an Excel spreadsheet. Populate it as part of Copilot and AI. And you go, right, hide off from it within seconds, thinking, oh my God, I've wasted. Yeah. And she's felt more relieved because she understands it, but also she can add that value back to the client. And for me, that's you can't replace that. That's invaluable.
Yeah. And it's then like, right, now imagine that time you spent doing that, what could be put into,
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I wouldn't have thought of doing that if it wasn't having these conversations with Matt to go, actually, how can I use it better, but more productively?
Yeah.
Then he was going, well, let's have a go then. Let's work together on it.
And then additionally now, I'm sure as you're thinking about, where am I going to be another 10 years time, like growing your business, has this helped to then start thinking about the different roles then that you're going to be taking next in the business?
Potentially. I mean, I'm a fun believer, you'll always need that human interaction, especially within HR, because I think you need that. But from a business point of view, it's more data analytical now I'm looking at, and looking at how we can utilise the AI to build more platforms from a data perspective with the work of the help of Matt and even with the TrulyFIT stuff. So we're evolving the team. Not necessarily bringing new people in just yet. There's still going to be HR stuff to do, but evolving the team in a way that they are used to data and how it works and how we can pull it into the co-pilots of the world, the AI, the platforms that we use to pull out that information so we can deliver it to the client. I can't emphasize it enough how just changing it's been, sort of radical change, but a positive change, because we've got to evolve with people, like I said before, but it's quite powerful as a person to go, you know what, you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've put it into Copilot and they've given you some sort of answers, but you've achieved, you've delivered it. Yeah. And that's quite a powerful message as well.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been really insightful, like genuinely really enjoyed the conversation. And if you are interested in finding out a little bit more about how you can use technology to support your business, head over to our website, TrulySMB.com. And if you enjoyed this first podcast, give us a like, give us a share, and make sure you tune in for the next one, which will be coming out very soon.